Things just took a major turn as the Memphis Grizzlies have gone down to the Golden State Warriors. Now, all that separates them from the end of their season would be a loss to the 9-10 seed game. That would be Sacramento / Dallas. Memphis putting on a fight last night, but way too many mistakes. Also, an unfortunate event with Ja Morant with his ankle. We'll take a look at that and reaction to what he said, and whether or not he can go for the Sacramento vs. Dallas game coming up in a few days from now. But what's going on, everybody? Jared Alator with another video for Grizzlies Digest, bringing you the latest news, updates, and everything more Grizzlies related. If you find yourself here on a regular basis, we're never going to say no to it. Hit that subscribe button so you never, ever miss another upload from us. But unfortunately, we got to go after the loss to the Golden State Warriors last night. Now, obviously, a lot of hype around these two teams. They've had a recent testy playoff history with one another. Golden State, the four-time champions going back to the 2014-15 season. Memphis, that small market grit and grind team, trying to put themselves on that same radar, but things falling just a little bit short for them last night. But Ja Morant, if he plays more often in that game, who knows what could happen, right? But breaking down what happened, this was in the second half. Ja Morant going down, hitting the shot and the foul, but the more important concern was Morant's left ankle. I couldn't exactly tell if he had landed on Buddy Hield. It looked like Morant just landed on his own. So, really unfortunate event there. And then for the Grizzlies, got to give credit to Desmond Bane. Got to give credit to Scottie Pippen Jr. Some missed free throws from Edey and Scottie Pippen Jr. at the end. And for Edey, he came through very strong with a double-double. Was a rebounding machine last night. You know, you can't say enough about his hustle. And going into Zach Edey for just a moment, this is from Growltown Central. Hate on Zach Edey all you want, but our rookie center should not have to guard Jimmy Butler in a playoff game. Completely agreed. Why was he guarding Jimmy Butler so many times? Well, if you have other guys out there like Jalen Wells, like Brandon Clark, or if you have Desmond Bane guarding Butler more often, maybe you don't put Edey in that inexperienced island against Jimmy Buckets. They call him Jimmy Playoff Butler for a reason, and he came through with a huge 38-point performance last night. And for Zach Edey, I mean, you got to give him credit. This was his first experience in a playoff game, recording a double-double. He is transitioning into the dominant player that the Grizzlies want him to be at. Okay? So, the depth was a concern. It's a roster issue. That's a concern. But the Golden State Warriors, they had a really good game plan. Right? I mean, who was hitting in the first half? It wasn't Curry. It wasn't Buddy Hield. It was Quentin Post. It was Gary Payton. It was the other guys coming from, deep on the bench. I shouldn't say deep on the bench because both those guys have been playing pretty productively for the past few months now. But those are the guys that really beat Memphis in the first half. Now, Memphis had a really good start in the second half, but those matchups kept on killing them. I credit Golden State for the matchups that they were able to get to favor themselves. And that's why I want to bring this up to Michael Cole, saying Brandon Clark is missed right about now, and I agree. You take away his hustle, you take away his size, his defense, his ability to just be that dirty guy, especially on the defensive end. That was sorely missed last night. And without that depth, you've got Edey, Jackson Jr., Aldama. You really depend on Edey and Jackson Jr. for defense. But no minutes for Jay Huff. Some pretty bad minutes. I shouldn't criticize him too much because he's a young kid. But, poor minutes from Vince Williams. Poor minutes from Luke Kennard. I mean, he had that buzzer-beating three at the end of the first quarter, but still looking for these other guys like Vince Williams, like Luke Kennard, that were producing at a very effective rate at plenty of points throughout the season, seem as though they are checked out mentally. Seems like they have a they can't find their groove right now. That's the best way I can put it. All right. So on Ja Morant and that ankle injury, he was not backing down. I mean, he says, I'm playing. That's basically the answer I'm given. He was not in the locker room for a considerable amount of time. They had him near that exercise bike. They had plenty of trainers, plenty of security people around him for a long time. They were being very cautious, I bet. But for Ja Morant, when he was out there, I mean, you could notice a noticeable limp. But he was able to get a basket, a long 2-point shot to go. And it made everything seem a little bit okay. I think he just needed to move a little bit more in order to be okay. And I think he's going to be okay to play on Friday night. But, I mean, that's tough. I mean, if that's a regular season game, I don't think Ja's going back in there. But this is grit and grind Memphis, and he's going to go back in there and play. So, now looking at the other video. Jimmy Butler saying, oh, I got away with it. Right? I mean, look at Scottie Pippen. He doesn't even touch Jimmy Butler. Aldama doesn't touch Jimmy Butler. Right? So Butler going up, and Pippen completely misses him. So a lot of criticism toward the officials last night. I think there were actually a couple of real questionable calls that went against Golden State as well. I know Edey and Green were kind of in foul trouble a little bit late in the game, but nonetheless, just a really disappointing night once again. It seems like we're saying that a lot now for the Memphis Grizzlies. But now you got Ja Morant who's going to battle, and now you've got, even if Memphis wins, they now have the most amazing gift to them given all season long to eventually play the 1 seed Oklahoma City Thunder. I mean, you just can't make this up. And it's like they had a consistent 2 seed for a long time. Now all of a sudden they're looking in the play-in. They're losing in the play-in to Golden State, who's been really good with Jimmy Butler. Let's give Golden State credit. They've been really solid since trading for Butler. But for Memphis, they have fallen down a steep cliff, and now it's up to Memphis. They did this on their own. It's now up to them to see if they can get back to that number 1 seed. Jared Alator for another episode of Grizzlies Digest. You can like this video, comment on this video, share this video, subscribe so you never miss another upload from us. Leave a comment down below on what you expect to see with Memphis going forward. If they do make it against Oklahoma City, how will that fare out for them? And I don't know. Cinderella stories have happened before. Can they do it? I don't know. We'll see. Leave it in the comments down below. Jared Alator saying so long and peace.